gosh, I am so glad that you are joining us because tonight is just a big deal here in Seattle. It's May 21st, 2009.
The opening night of the Seattle International Film Festival.
Exactly, and man, we are so excited to be here. I'm Nancy Guppy.
I'm Robert Horton.
Film critic extraordinaire.
That Robert Horton,
indeed,
yes.
That one. And we're going to bring you all the thrills, the excitements, the glamour that is opening night of SIFF. Now, the most important thing right now is we have got to get the right outfits. This is not going to work for the opening night. So, when you want to look good, where do you go?
Value Village.
Let's do it. Are you ready to do it?
I'm ready to do it.
Okay, good luck. No. Hey, Robert, what do you think of this?
Yeah, Nancy, that's a Christmas sweater.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Check this out. Look at that. Perfect. Perfect.
No, I don't think it's perfect. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, there's a stain. Robert, we have an hour, okay? Clothing, focus.
But they're bongos.
No. Ooh, I like them. Very frilly. Very cute.
I need a white belt, though.
Kind of Aunt Mildred-y, though.
Yeah,
From
at the wedding.
Yeah, not a good look. Ta-da.
Finally, you found something I like.
Woo, woo, woo.
It's me.
That's so you.
Oh, I
Man,
like it.
you're looking good. Wow, lots of stuff, and what a deal. Hey, that did not take as long as
No,
I
it
thought,
didn't.
but you know
No, it
what?
didn't.
We have got to go. We'll see you on the red carpet. Okay, come on, Robert. Grab the stuff.
Yeah.
Come on, pull your weight.
I'm grabbing. No,
Okay, thanks, you guys.
I got it, Nancy. It's fine.
Okay,
Thanks.
good. And we did it. We made it
Sorry,
here.
yeah.
Okay.
Very nice.
Robert Hot Stuff Horton, look at this guy. Eye candy.
Well,
He is total eye candy.
What can I say?
Arm candy for me tonight.
And Nancy, you look fantastic.
Well, thank you
Let me just
so
say
very much, Mr. Horton.
Value
And
Village,
Value
that's right.
Village, and Jeremy, all you guys up on the Ballard Valley Village, thank you so much. You guys really made us look fantastic tonight, and we are thrilled about that because
I
look
forgot
at
to
this.
take my tag off.
There's a little tag, $6.99. That's the good deals at Value
Look at
Village.
that.
And we've made us look good for what is truly going to be an awesome night. It's a beautiful evening. It is the 21st of May, and it is the opening of the Seattle International Film Festival. Now we're going to bring you all sorts of cool stuff. We'll be talking to directors, right?
Local filmmakers,
Yep.
actors,
Yep,
producers.
showing you great clips of films that will be in the festival itself, talking to longtime film goers and festival goers. And the main thing is we really want to kind of get you excited about this festival so that you want to come down during the 3-week run and experience it for yourself. So, shall we get out there and mingle with the people on the pre-movie party?
I don't know why not.
I think we should. Let's
don't
do
we?
it. Okay.
We write a feature film that stars us.
Lots of kids dream of making a movie.
What happens?
Les disciples disent, si telle est la condition...
No!
What do you want to happen?
Love. I want love to happen.
Who's in love?
I love you so much.
Blah,
I bet you say that to all the girls.
blah, 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 blah.
You want passion and instigation? Well, I am going for it.
This is the best part of the story. And I'd hate for you to spend your whole life wondering how it turned out.
Now, artistic director of the festival.
Yes, it's a lofty title.
The head curator. So you personally have chosen 398 films this year?
With the help of all of my trusty
Yes.
assistants.
Yeah. But still,
Programming
yeah, you're leading the charge. What
Yes.
is it a good year?
It's a great year.
Is it?
Yeah.
What's going to stand out and what's cool?
Well, we figured people were in the mood for some fun, so we have more comedies this year.
Okay, good.
A lot of French comedies. Some
Those
of them are
crazy
actually pretty
French.
good.
Yeah.
What else? I mean, we have 54 documentaries.
Oh, I love the
and
docs.
everything
Love the
from
documentaries.
there's a great one about ventriloquists.
Scary.
The world of ventriloquists. We don't know quite what they do when they're off the stage. We find out.
They might be serial killers.
Oh, it's wild.
It's
That's
very
what you
nutty.
want to know.
Nutty.
Just just great films. One of my favorites is playing. It's called Nurse Fighter Boy.
Nurse Fighter Boy?
Not a great title, but it's a great film.
Is it animated?
No, it's just Nurse Fighter Boy.
Boy.
It revolves around these three characters.
Is that French too?
It's
No.
Canadian.
Canadian. The Canadians are coming
Yeah.
through. Okay. So
They
it's
are.
going to be a good year. Lots of fun stuff to
Yeah,
see. And
yeah.
what-
We have like all these great local films.
Yeah.
Hump Day is the centerpiece of our Northwest
Right. Lynn
celebration.
Shelton's
Lynn
film.
Shelton.
Yep.
She just got back from Cannes. We partied together in Cannes.
Is it can or con? Can?
You know,
Can
it's
I?
a-
Con I?
It's can.
It's Cannes.
It's
Okay.
can.
But some people call it cans, which is not right.
I'm going
As
to
I understand
Cannes.
it, no, that's
Yeah.
not right.
Can.
Okay, so it's going to be a great
call it
year.
con.
And what would you tell our viewers? What should they kind of look for this year to experience?
Well,
Just fun,
it can
excitement?
be very overwhelming. So we've created a new tool on our website called The Sifter. It's a visual tool where you can select, say you want to see a comedy on a certain date, or you want to go to a certain venue, or whatever thing you want.
Yeah.
And it shows you all 400 films. And then as you click things, they get smaller until you get down to just
So
a
it's
few
almost
films.
like your Netflix listing or
Yeah,
something like that.
and then you
Okay.
can watch the trailer, you can get the description.
Okay.
You can also, if you have an iPhone, you can download it on your iPhone.
This is very technical. Okay, so what you want to do is you can go to our website and you can link to theirs, and
Yeah.
all the Sifter information and iPhone downloading and all that stuff
Yeah.
is going on there. So
Sif.net is ours, but
well,
how do you get?
ours
but
is
you want to go?
seattlechannel.org.
Oh, yeah, seattlechannel.org will get you there as well.
/ArtZone.
Okay, /seattlechannel.org/artzone.
Yes, thank you, sir.
And that will take you to sif.net.
Okay, now you have to get on the red carpet, right?
I guess so. I mean,
Okay.
before
Go
this
dance
wind
around.
blows me
I
off.
know. Okay, well, okay, Carl Spence, everybody.
The Sifter.
Thank you, sir. The Sifter. He's the
Sifter.
Sifter.
I'm the
He's
Sifter.
the Sifter. This is the other big cheese here, Miss Deborah Person. And Deborah, your
Yes.
title is...
Managing director.
Okay, so it's Carl Spence and Deborah Person. They run this thing. By the way, gorgeous,
Well, thank
lovely
you.
medallion. In 2009, it is here. The festival is starting. How do you feel?
Spectacular.
Yeah.
I mean, we have the most amazing staff this year. It just feels like it's
Yeah.
smooth as silk, and we're ready to party, and I just can't wait. It's fabulous.
And you got
yeah.
the big tent here, over here,
huge
Tom, so you can, I don't
tent
know if you can
here.
see it. And that's where the party's going to
I
happen.
can't believe we got the weather we got
Oh,
tonight.
I know it.
A Sif miracle.
This is a blessing tonight. It is a Sif miracle. Now, the opening night film is called In the Loop.
Yes.
And tell me a little bit about that.
So In the Loop is a very entertaining political farce.
Okay.
And I know it's one of Carl's favorite films of the year, so I'm looking forward to seeing it myself.
Great.
I
And
haven't
it's
seen it.
star-studded to a degree.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
James Gandolfini is in it, and a wonderful ensemble
I had
cast.
a fantasy that James Gandolfini was going to be here tonight, and he and I would become good friends. But that's not going to happen
He's
because
in a
he's not
show
going to
in
be.
New York.
I know, a play, which I would have loved to have seen.
Exactly,
Okay.
exactly.
Well, you look fabulous.
Thank
Thank
you,
you for
friend.
all that you do
Thank
for
you.
Seattle. You really bring it home for us every single year. It really, it's awesome.
Oh,
We
well,
love
thank you.
the festival.
Thank you very much.
Okay, Deborah
right.
Person, everybody. Have fun tonight.
Thanks.
Okay.
Thanks, Annie.
Really quickly, one thing you would say to someone who's not been to the festival ever before, one thing, how should they approach it?
Ask questions, get in line, ask questions. This is your year to do it. Everybody knows something about the film you just saw, and this is a very savvy city for film goers.
And
they
open-minded.
know a lot, and open-minded, and they're opinionated, and
Okay.
they'll tell you. And take a chance on a movie or a country.
Don't be intimidated by the selection. Pick a genre, pick a country,
Yeah.
pick a venue, and just go and go. And
Just
you'll
go,
just
go.
go and see something.
Okay.
We are here with Beth Barrett, Programming Manager of SIF. What does a Programming Manager do?
I'm responsible for setting the programming, so the films, getting the films here.
Do you have a couple of things that you are particularly looking forward to that you can recommend to people?
I'm actually really looking forward to a documentary tomorrow called I'm No Dummy about ventriloquism, and we're lucky enough to have a couple of ventriloquists here with us at the festival.
I haven't seen
They'll
that
be
yet.
screening this weekend.
All right, one more. What else have you got?
I'm really excited to have the North American premiere of Morris: A Life with Bells On, which is a mockumentary in the sort of broadly Christopher Guest style
Right.
about Morris dancers
Yes.
from England, and we're lucky enough to have a number of Morris dancers with us tomorrow
Actual
morning.
Morris
Actual,
dancers.
they're from the Mossy Back Morris group here in Seattle.
Ah, I
And,
don't know them, but
and they'll be performing at Folklife as well.
okay. They are people with a very particular interest.
It's a very specific hobby, yes.
Excellent. All right. Well, thank you for talking to us.
Thanks,
Go
Robert.
hit the red carpet.
Alrighty.
Ducking.
We got it. Look, Lynn Shelton, director of Hump Day, and her lovely husband, Kevin Seal, who's getting more and more beautiful all the time. Someone just...
The next question is from NAACP, and we'll start with Richard here. Last year, there was little or no community input on the guild contract negotiations. What would you do differently to ensure civil rights are not negotiated?
You know, the big problem with the guild negotiations is that the store was given away to the police guild a few years ago. What happened was that in order to get a contract, and I'm not even sure who was responsible at that time, but in order to get a contract, there were a whole lot of provisions given to the guild that should not have been given to them, that essentially were not necessarily mandatory subject of collective bargaining. So the question is, how do we take back those things and get the kind of contract that we really need to have in order to protect civil rights? Your question specifically is about how to involve the community in that. I think we have a pretty good idea what the community wants. We can continue to take those stories, continue to take that information from the community so that we really have an affirmation that we know what the priorities are, but we pretty much know where it is. We need to have people identified clearly. We need to make sure that when there is a complaint, that complaint is absolutely followed up by the Office of Professional Accountability, and that the board has the opportunity to really examine all the files with the person who complained and the person who's complained against identified.
As a port commissioner, I have worked on really tough issues. I've helped make a third runway happen. I've helped make sure light rail gets all the way to the airport. I will tell you, the toughest issue that I am leaving behind me at the port unresolved has to do with police issues and police jurisdiction issues. You know, the airport drives, they're congested and they're not managed properly. It's a police jurisdiction issue, and I confess after 18 years, I did not find a way to solve that problem. I know that coming to the city, the kinds of things that Council Member Conlon was talking about, resolving police contract issues and making change is one of the toughest things you're going to ask of a city council member. I can tell you I'm tenacious. I can tell you I work really hard to make stuff happen, but I also will not minimize that this is going to be a tough issue.
Well, I mentioned that we made progress with the last contract, and we did have one or two public meetings that Councilmember Licata convened. And I think that we can continue to do that, work with the community in terms of the priorities. And the reality is that incrementally we will make change, but we will not be able to do everything in any one contract.
Well, you know, I've doorbelled in just about every neighborhood in Seattle, from Roxbury in the south to Haller Lake in the north. And I can tell you, every single neighborhood in Seattle wants more police. And it goes without saying, they want good police. They want good people on the force. They want bad people bounced off the force. I find it astounding that the council did not have a more aggressive outreach process for the guild contract negotiations. The guild contract is basically the foundation for the regulation of our police. We need good police. The police have an interest in having the trust of the community, but we need a council that pays attention to issues like this in our community. When I'm on the council, I understand that policing is a major service, it's a major concern, and I will be a leader in making sure the community is involved at the front of something like guild contract negotiations.
I've been in the midst of this for a while, so let me just explain something. There are, in most of our minds, civil rights, where individuals have the right to, obviously, justice. Many people believe, and particularly in certain communities, that when police arrest them, racial profiling, laws are broken, and there's no restitution. And the police, on their side, believe They're a union, they have a contract, and they should be able to control their working conditions. So what happened was, when the Guild negotiated the contract, they embodied in their contract, under working conditions, a number of things that many of us would consider to be under the umbrella of civil rights. I've had hearings in the past. The Guild contract is up this coming year, and it ends December of 2006. I will, with my colleagues hopefully, hold a hearing at the beginning of the year, and we're going to put on the table the civil rights we want in that contract, and we will push forward on those.
Well, I think you heard earlier when the question was asked who would step up and support a citizen review committee. I was the only one that said that I would. Everybody else said no. And the reason is not because we don't have, or not that we don't expect our police officers to be capable and able to be able to do the job, but we know through many of our families who have been affected that there's been quite a few times, and way too many times, when they have not done the right things, and there is nobody to oversee whether or not they need to stand accountable for those actions. We don't want our police to worry about doing their job handcuffed, but we want professional, caring, skilled police officers who are going to be out there, and when it comes to contract time, we don't turn around and acquiesce just because we think we have to do something because it's the police. We expect the same professionalism that they do from any of you out here, and there's no reason why we should not have a citizen review board to at least overlook.
You had a chance to talk to her about it?
Yes.
Okay, good. Good.
Trees down the way,
Oh, yeah? Yeah? Oh, around. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I've seen you guys planting the trees out there. And it looks great. It looks great.
We've got a problem with people driving through the flower
Oh,
beds.
no. What do we need to do about that? Put a little fence around it for a while?
Done that.
Okay.
It'll be resolved, I think, once people get used to it.
Right, right.
We did friend in action right there.
Yeah, all right. Saw you out here. I was actually going over to a tree planting over in southeast Seattle, and Grace was there.
She stopped here on the way home.
Yeah, yeah.
The same day, and then came back and helped us.
Uh-huh. How's this business doing?
Pretty good.
Yeah?
It's mostly online.
Oh, is it? Okay.
So-
They do a nice storefront, though. I
Yeah,
mean, it's
well,
it's an attractive.
the way they got started was they were totally online.
Yeah.
And then people wanted instant gratification, so they could order stuff online and drive over here and pick it up.
Oh, okay.
Get it right
All
now,
right.
rather than wait for
Yeah,
them to ship it.
Hi. Hello.
I just saw an article, I think it was in the West Seattle Herald, something about you're starting the monorail issue and getting,
Yep.
if there's any opportunity to get involved in that.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, we were just up in the Alaska Junction, and it was quite a topic of conversation up there. Yeah, they're real interested and concerned and hopeful and fearful.
But you need an operator's manual to be able to know what to do here. You press the button.
Right.
First, many times you don't get the signal. It'll change for the cars, and you won't get a walk signal. You don't know what to do.
Even after you pushed it? No, I've never experienced that.
Yeah. Well, and I don't know why that happens.
Yeah.
But it does.
Yeah, okay.
But what this whole system does is count cars.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of times, if there's more cars in one direction, it'll make it all green going one way with the left turn and everything, so the pedestrian doesn't get his signal.
What's the solution? What can we do to?
I'm not sure, but the other, it counts the cars like there's 3 there to let the green go first.
Right,
If
right.
If the opposite situation was true, it would let the left turn go.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well, that's how that works. I wondered.
And it does that all the way around.
Yeah.
And it cycles differently each time. So the pedestrian pushes the button, and then you end up going
it's not
to sleep.
consistent.
You don't know what to do.
Plus, you have from walking downtown and other places, you have a sense of when to step into the street, and then you find out.
This one switches back and forth. I had noticed that it was switching back and forth. I didn't really know what triggered that.
Now when you go ahead and
Because it used to be that the left went first all the time, and then it.
So it does very well for the cars.
Yeah,
but the
right,
pedestrian
right. What's that?
Doesn't have a clue. Now, what we talked to Grace about when she was here is
Yeah.
the timing here. We'll show you what that's about.
Something to mention too while we're at this intersection.
Yeah.
One of the key goals of our work is to make this a more pedestrian-friendly area. And
Yeah.
with the pedestrian lighting program with City Light, we are part of that, and we're actually getting $80,000 for pedestrian lighting.
Okay.
That's going to be implemented in the next year, and we've selected the fixture,
Oh, okay.
pole-mounted light, and we're
Uh-huh.
actually starting at the commercial core and going in each direction to really create a strong identity for
Okay.
the commercial core of the Admiral District.
Good, good. And that's the one that you picked? That the neighborhood
dark,
picked?
Dark green. The neighborhood
Uh-huh.
picked this
Okay.
picture in dark green.
Where are those installed now?
They have some examples of them at the City Light South Station.
Yeah, but
the similar lights are in the junction.
and they've worked pretty well?
See, we just stepped into the intersection.
It's already turning, yeah.
Hey, hurry up and get across. We need more cars to be
Okay.
Something I'd like to point out is how this is in the middle of asphalt over here, this bus stop.
Yeah.
It's not a big incentive to ride the bus and walk to and from.
Uh-huh.
There's one down here I'll point out when we get there.
Okay.
That's kind of the same situation.
Okay.
The signals up and down the avenue, they've changed them in the last few months. You know, they tied them together originally.
Yeah.
And when they've retimed them now, they don't work near as well as they did before. That it's holding the traffic on the side streets a lot longer and the pedestrians. And so it tends to make people cross in the middle of the block and stuff because they're not going to wait for that light. Or at the corners, they're cutting through the parking lots because they're not going to sit there and wait for the light.
Why did they do that retiming? What was the?
They were trying to make California Avenue move better, but it hasn't really made it move better. I know the one at Alaska Street, if there's more than about 7 cars waiting for the light,
Yeah.
it takes you 2 lights to get through there.
Okay.
You're the 7th, 8th car. That you spend 2 lights trying to get through Alaska Street on California Avenue.
So. We stopping here?
Well, we went up to show you
Okay.
the mid-block crossing. Tom is the person.
Okay.
Yeah, we talked to Grace about this. As you know,
Right.
I don't know if you moved here when this thing was out of business, and
No, we were here before it went out of business.
And
I used to come here as a kid.
Right.
And you used to have a crosswalk right in the middle there. Yeah.
Exactly, and we had the parking lot there, and of
Right.
course that was private property, so they had the rights to build that through a little bit of
I remember
energy. That,
right,
yeah, you were
right.
part of
We
that.
had them
met
over.
your
We had them
house,
over to the house that one day. Yeah.
They ended up being very cooperative.
Right.
In getting this and through the design review process.
Was it the design review process that did that?
Yeah, it
Okay.
worked out perfectly. The design review process
Okay.
worked in this case.
Okay.
By providing this passage through there.
And what benefit did he get from that? Is he able to have like storefronts on that passageway or windows there that you can see in and see his retail?
He's got windows on the side.
He got more units.
He got more units. He could go.
Well, frankly, I think the benefit he got was working with the pedestrian traffic and make a decision at that point. We talked to the fire department, and they were generally okay with it, although they wanted to make sure that their trucks could get through. They didn't want an actual barrier in the center here, so it's just primarily a path.
The paving.
And then some bulb outs like they have at the junction for cars to see the pedestrians. So we're in the process of working this,
Okay.
but primarily the timeline is to wait until Bartels gets up and running.
Okay.
For
Now
us-
Bartels is open now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they still haven't got the parking lot working yet.
Okay,
And then I
okay.
think the units are still.
I told the manager we'd stop by for just a second.
Okay. All right.
But obviously, we would need help from the city of Seattle
Yeah.
to work as a team to get
Yeah.
this, because we don't want to make sure we don't want it to be a safety issue just
Right.
as much as the city does.
Right,
you know,
right.
So
Okay.
It could move. For safety.
So it's
Because it seems like that track
If it
and
had a slight jog in it with some planning there,
maybe.
it would. Well,
They're going to take a beeline.
It would keep kids on bicycles and skateboards from becoming between the buildings and
Yeah.
out into the
Yeah.
street.
Okay.
If you
So
jog
obviously
it
we
this
can't
slight-
jail.
With Ragazzi, I thought.
Yes, you was.
That's interesting.
he struggled through the
Yeah.
no parking area.
Have you ever been in this place?
Yeah.
What's it like?
It's not my cup of tea. But it's they've got one of those globes that flashes lights all over.
Oh, okay.
It's loud music, and I don't know. But Abe didn't make it either. Barbecue.
Yeah, I know. I thought his sandwiches were about the best in town.
Yeah. And the pizza store went out for a while, but they reopened now.
Petros? Petros, is that what it? Oh, okay. Okay. That was George's and.
Yeah, right. I think the high school trade hurt them.
Uh-huh.
High school was
Yeah, yeah. Angelina seems to still do a real good business. The Garlic Festival. Uh-oh.
A number of people at the assisted living here have those three-wheel
Yeah,
carts.
yeah.
And so they've asked about getting a crosswalk too, so they don't have to, go all the way down to the intersection.
Okay. No, it makes sense, and historically there was one there.
Right. Some of the
Okay.
and the hierarchy of the police, Lieutenant Nolan, he said that they would defer. They would like to have it, but they would defer to
SDOT.
seat transport.
Right.
Correct.
Yeah, you do have to do that analysis, because if you put it there and someone gets hurt, and you are incurring great liability. So that's very important.
And the discussion we had, which was a great one with the city, is
Uh-huh.
that there has to be enough volume.
Yeah.
What's important is to let it work for a year or so, review how it has worked, make sure that the city council does a thorough review. Did it help or did it not? And then reform it based on the actual experience that we've had with the program. And my guess is that there will need to be additional measures.
The second question, since Mr. Collins not here, the second question is for Ms. Drago and Mr. Kaur. The Office of Professional Accountability Review Board was established by the City Council in 2002 as an agency to critique and oversee the investigations of police misconduct complaints. In its last report, the Civilian Review Board identified many needed areas of improvement. One recommendation noted that unfair perceptions were cast against citizens having criminal histories. Accordingly, the board called for an end to criminal background checks to ensure that investigations were based on the merit of the complaint itself, not based on the history of the person making the allegation. Another recommendation called for investigators to stop asking leading questions that would suggest an ideal response to the accused officers. In all, several recommendations were made, however, very few changes were implemented. If elected into office, how would you serve to ensure that meritorious recommendations that strengthen the investigative complaint process are implemented and not ignored?
Well, I think the council has worked hard to establish the Office of Professional Accountability. It's been hard work, it's been slow work, and I think that we're a bit disappointed by the progress of the work that's been done. I think that we will continue to work with them and support the changes that they think that's needed to make it a better, more professional, more accountable organization.
Well, what I'm hearing tonight is the system isn't working and the council isn't getting the fix you need. I'll go back to the point I made earlier. A man told me tonight that he made a complaint and there was no record created. You can have a perfect system, but if it's not honestly followed, it's going to be meaningless. We've got to make improvements. Clearly there's a problem. It's time for new leadership on the city council. I will bring that leadership. I will make the department more accountable. The whole community has an interest in increasing the trust between police and the people they serve. Police have an interest in improving the system because when they show up at a situation and there's no trust, everybody's at risk. Let's make the system better.
for Mr. Licata and Mr. Bascom. The following question is based on research conducted by Catherine Beckett, an associate professor at the Department of Sociology at the University of Washington, and author of the report, Race and Drug Law Enforcement in Seattle. In buy-bus operations, an officer poses as a drug user to identify and arrest drug sellers. Buy-busts yield an average of 1/10 of a gram